High-Tech Nomad here. This is the first in a series of videos where I'm going to talk about some of the apps that I think are really cool and show you all the different features and hopefully open up some ideas in your mind as to some of the things you can do with your phone. So the first one we want to actually talk about is screen sharing, because obviously I want to show you what's going on with my phone. So there's two different ways I could do this. One, I could do what you see in a lot of videos, which someone takes a camera and points it at their phone and they sit in a dark room and they do it that way. And while that's nice and that kind of sort of works, I prefer to use the screen sharing method, which allows me to just basically record the screen on something like my PC like we have in front of us. So we actually have a couple of different ways of doing that. The first one we're going to talk about is for screen sharing, but also for using your device, and it's called SideSync. And SideSync is a program put out by Samsung, and it works with the Samsung devices. So we're talking S3, S4, S5, Note 2, I think, 3 definitely, and I'm assuming Note 4 when that comes out. So to use that, you load SideSync onto your device, you load SideSync onto your PC, you start SideSync, and it gives you two ways of using it. I can either use Wi-Fi or USB. I'm going to go ahead and use Wi-Fi because it's actually pretty stable on Wi-Fi. So on my phone, I'm now going to find the SideSync icon. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and you saw as soon as I did that, it said I'm on the same network, and it says, hey, I have a Note 3, and I can go ahead and I can click on that. And on my phone, it says, is it okay? And I said, yep. And so now it's starting. And now this is my phone. So we could continue the rest of these tutorials, these show and tells, whatever you want to call them. I could continue them by just using this. Now, there is one problem, or I shouldn't say a problem, but one thing I don't like about this, and that is that once I'm using this, I can only use this device. Meaning, if I pick up my phone and I start to use my phone, you saw what happens. It actually turns off the screen sharing. Then when I click on this to bring it back, it turns off the display on my phone. And I'm sure that that's probably for to keep up with what's going on instead of it trying to push to two devices at the same time, two screens. So it's okay, and I'm going to actually show another program that will let you use both of them at the same time. But let's focus on SideSync right now. So SideSync is going to give me that capability. I actually even have this nice little mode here that we're going to be using so that I can actually show you how to use some of these little apps. And so now we have a nice clear picture. You have obviously a home key for, so you have your home, back, and options key. You can capture a screen, so if I need to get some screenshots, and then we can get out of this full screen mode if we need to get out of the full screen mode. Okay. You have a couple of other keyboard and mouse sharing, so if I want to actually share the keyboard and mouse, I can keep it always on top. I can rotate the display if I decided that I want to rotate it and we want to take a look at some things that way. Rotate it back the other way. And then it has, of course, it's emulating the 3 buttons here. So for most of our tutorials, when we get started, we'll just go ahead and do this, and that way we can see everything that's going on. So a nice little utility. It's free. It's called SideSync. It's from Samsung, and it works on Samsung devices. I doubt very, very seriously that you can sideload this onto other devices. But if you are able to sideload, and if you don't know what sideload means, that's okay. But if you are able to do it, just leave a comment down on the bottom and let me know what you did, and we'll make sure everybody else knows that it's available to do. So SideSync 3.0 available for your Samsung, lets you do screen sharing, and this is a relatively short video. There's going to be a whole bunch after this. Please click the like button so I know which ones you like and which ones you don't, obviously. And we're going to keep going on with this, and that's it for now. This is the High-Tech Nomad signing off.